So we have the respawn remedial retard, double speaking lion sewer rat, shits at 60, guns a-blazing out of the gate ether argument from FED episode 1702 from 8 months ago.
Where we have electromagnetic waves that we can show, and either it has a medium that it's waving through, or it's waving through nothing, which is an asinine claim.
So we have electromagnetic waves, which this moron thinks is light, waving through a something medium because they can't wave through nothing. Therefore, his something medium is ether. Then he gets a bit more specific.
Basically, if you have a vacuum chamber, which it does still have some molecules in it, right? But you have all kinds of electromagnetic fluctuations that you can measure and detect within that. And so it's like, what's the energy traveling through?
Now we have a vacuum chamber. You know, the ones we trip over when we walk around in nature. With electromagnetic fluctuations in it, which this idiot considers light. And his question proof for his retard ether is, what's the energy traveling through? Let me say that again. His question proof for his retard ether is, what's the energy traveling through? You got that? Some more light traveling to support his idiot ether claim, so there's no mistake.
Okay, well, that's why relativity was created.
Sorry, are you telling me you're going around peddling this crap to this community based on a fucking parlor trick?
No, it's based on antecedent relationship. Like,
Sorry,
it's just
what was the phenomena
framework,
studied in this highly scientific parlor trick? What was the phenomena studied?
The difference in travel of light. The difference in travel of light. The difference in travel of light.
So it's clear. The support for his asinine ether claim is the travel of light. 10 days later.
No, you're presupposing that light's traveling from point A to point B.
I'm not.
Yeah. So we got this fork-tongued double-speaking clown carry on for nearly 2 hours about his question-proof, substanceless medium ether horse shit, with his shining example, the travel of light, then has the mind-numbing Dunning-Kruger audacity for his encore performance 10 days later to charge his opponent for presupposing what? The travel of light.
No, you're presupposing that light's traveling from point A to point B.
I'm not.
So let's head back to shits at 60s, guns a-blazing out of the gate ether argument from FED episode 1702.
Where we have electromagnetic waves that we can show, and either it has a medium that it's waving through, or it's waving through nothing, which is an asinine claim.
So we have electromagnetic waves, which this moron thinks is light, waving through a something medium because they can't wave through nothing. Therefore, his something medium is ether. Then he gets a bit more specific.
Basically, if you have a vacuum chamber, which it does still have some molecules in it, right? But you have all kinds of electromagnetic fluctuations that you can measure and detect within that. And so it's like, what's the energy traveling through?
So we got the full story. We have electromagnetic waves in a vacuum, and the question proof is what's the energy traveling through, and is confirmed again here.
What does the electromagnetic wave propagate within?
Let's pinpoint exactly what these electromagnetic waves are.
I can shoot a laser through a vacuum chamber, and it
Why
gets
would
to
you
the
do
other
that?
side.
So shooting a laser through a vacuum chamber means he's shooting light. Therefore, the electromagnetic waves he's speaking to is light. 10 days later.
So I never claimed that light is a wave.
What does the electromagnetic wave propagate within? I can shoot a laser through a vacuum chamber, and it
Why
gets
would
to
you
the
do
other
that?
side.
So I never claimed that light is a wave.
So what's left after lying and double speaking for nearly 4 hours? Folks, I have over 8 hours of videos on my channel assessing every single doublespeak, logical fallacy, outright lie, and made up on the spot contradicting piece of horse shit spewed from the despicable dipshit Shits at 60. So again, what's left? Yep, you guessed it. The only port in the storm. This schmuck outright denies the very argument that he made for his fuckwit ether. 4 days ago, 24/7, Flat Earth Discord.
My position is not light goes through a vacuum, thus it must have a medium in it because light needs a medium to travel through. That is not what, no. Okay, I never.
What the hell did you just say?
My position is not light goes through a vacuum, thus it must have a medium in it because light needs a medium to travel through. That is not what, no. Okay, I never. Well, we have electromagnetic waves that we can show, and either it has a medium that it's waving through, or it's waving through nothing, which is an asinine claim. My position is not light goes through a vacuum, thus it must have a medium in it because light needs a medium to travel through. That is not what, no. Okay, I never. Basically, if you have a vacuum chamber, which it does still have some molecules in it, right? But you have all kinds of electromagnetic fluctuations that you can measure and detect within that. And so it's like, what's the energy traveling through?
The prosecution rests for now. Flat Earthers, what are you gonna do? Sorry about that. Greetings and salutations. The phrase for the day: how much for order of ribs? As usual, if you'd like to support this channel, there are PayPal and Patreon links in the info box below, and I'm getting a very attractive color in the super chat. I love that color, James. You must have heard me talking about that before. Thank you very much, sir. It's good to have you, too. Appreciate it. He says, good. Thumbs up. Good day to the panel. Hi, Betty. Betty's not in here. She's in chat, though. I see her. She snuck in chat. She left me all by me onesie today. I just want you all to know that. It's been happening a little bit more frequently recently. So what's going on? Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that over the past maybe hour and a half about the treasonous, treacherous traitor, Hanoi Jaren. Yeah, I've been hearing. Folks, let me tell you something, right? If you have a grown adult state that the boiling point of water changes temperature based on the container that it's in, right? After you get tear-jerking, belly-laughing resuscitated, you need to boot scoot out of Dodge most Ricky Tick, okay? Because that's scary stupid. Now, you guys can boot scoot out of there. I'm going to circle back because not only is he an imbecile, he's a treasonous, treacherous traitor. Mr. Hanoi Gerain. So I'll deal with him. Don't worry about that. Okay? Can we put that to rest? I have not listened to it. No, I don't need to. I just made the statement. Right? It's not gonna turn out any differently than more or less what I just said. If you think it was, then you shouldn't be out here. You follow? So we're gonna shift our attention to the treatment. We got a BallTARD Schmuck Dorkimor booger eater to deal with today, so that's what we're gonna deal with. How about that? Take a little break off of the Hanoi drains and the shits at 60s, right? Even though I played them right at the beginning. Yeah, that's not going away anytime soon. And I'm serious, flat earthers, what are you going to do? Time's a ticking. You just don't know when time is up. Only I know that. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to shift over to a BallTARD Schmuck. I've had this in the hopper for some time now. I've been busy. But I wanted to get back to this at some point, and I figured today would be a very good day to do it. Just so happens that it's coincided with whatever happened on that stupid channel. I have no idea. I'm sure I'm going to learn about it tomorrow. Yeah? Yeah, Betty, they do like your thumbnail. Yes, who wouldn't like your thumbnail? Now, it's a little bit out of context for them, especially the P's. But they're going to get that context here before the end of the show. They're going to understand your thumbnail. How about that? All right. Anything else going on out there? We can wait a couple minutes. It's no big rush. I'm not in a hurry today. And it's not going to take 3 hours, right? As far as you know. Refraction, yes, that's a subject that's going to come up again. I've been hearing a lot of refraction lately, so it's going to be about time for to me to tear that friggin' nonsense down again, step by step. Yeah, that's coming. Probably be on the next BALLBUSTERS, but QE about to blow Buddy head off with a bow. No, I am not, sir. That is not going to happen. Almost blown my own damn head off with it. You know what? The 1 year anniversary that is coming up, ironically, not this Saturday, but the Saturday after it. And guess what? We're scheduled to go to that again this year. So that'll be my 1 year anniversary. Yes, sir. All right, what else we need to go over before we get to Dorkimor? Look at the super chats. You guys are making up for it. Way to go, man. My wife is going to love you guys. Shout out to James Richard. A lot of Jameses in the super chat, by the way. You got to love the booger eaters. Their ignorance is absurdly humorous. Yeah, you got that right. Yeah, where would we ever get to laugh? Right? I mean, there's some serious belly laughs going on. Let me tell you. Give peas a chance. Nice one, YouTube. Yeah, I'm headed to chat because I usually don't spend a whole lot of time in chat, as you already know. So I figured I'd spend a little extra time before the show because during the presentation, when I screw it up and have the wrong screen up, I'm not going to have time to be in chat, so I figured I'd start off with a little chat today. How about that? So we're going to have some phone calls to QE. I haven't done this in a while, so, the treatment's in a while. So it could go downhill relatively quickly. So if you hear any sounds in the background, right, I'm on the wrong screen. Right, I'll try to do my best to ensure that doesn't happen, but I can't promise anything. And I damn sure ain't promising anything because as soon as I do promise something, I'm going to screw it up. I'll tell you what, today was a relaxing day. Now I had to do some chores. I know this is what you're interested in. I had to do some chores today. So, I can't go without my chores or accomplishing them. So, but all in all, it was a pretty relaxing day. Price of Adam, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, they do. They lose it as soon as the poor dumb bastards don't even realize. As soon as they refraction, it's over. They're too stupid to realize it. The other day, I was on Discord and I took one through after I went through his ignorance of refraction in spades. He didn't know what Snell's law was. He didn't know what two isotropic media or different isotropic media were. I said, you know what? The heck with it. Listen, I'm going to give you all the refraction that you can handle. Everything in your paradigm about refraction, I am going to give to you. Then I pulled up the Black Swan photo, right? And he said, yeah, look, the horizon's refracted. And I said, oh, really? I said, okay. Got all of his refraction. So I posted Andrew Thomas Young. I posted Andrew Thomas Young, different types of refraction, terrestrial refraction in the fairy tale atmosphere, right? So I posted the 5 effects of refraction, mirages, sinking, looming, towering, stooping, probably another one in there. You get the gist. There's 5 different types in their paradigm. And so I'm in Discord and I got screenshots of all this, right? So he can visualize it, and then we could go over it. So I said, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to go through each type of refraction, and then we're going to see if it comes up at the end with refracted horizons. So I defined each, mirages, got to have an extra image or images, right? Went through it. Does that apply to the Black Swan photo, to the horizon in the Black Swan photo? Nope. Then to the next one. Then to the next one. Once we got to 3, I said, you only got 2 left, right? And I did the next one. I think it was sinking. And does that apply? Nope. I said, you only got 1 left, man. And so we went through, I think it was looming, right? But looming has to deal with objects in relation to the horizon, right? Not the horizon itself. So I got to the end of that. I said, does that horizon in Black Swan photo have anything to do with looming? He had to admit, because we just went through it, nope. So I said, guess what? More or less, you're an empty dipshit. So that was the conclusion of that. Sorry that took so long. I just had to go through that. But that was a lot of fun, handing them their own paradigm, even within their own paradigm, just to eviscerate them. That's all you need to do. That's not the only topic you can do that to. Anyway. Oh, Neil, what's up? Oh, yeah, I can't wait till Friday. Yeah. Neil's been saying that all week. Yeah, like we didn't know that would be true. Right? Now, I don't know it specifically. It looks like I'm not going to watch this whole thing. I'll go in there to the Skype and I'll track it down and maybe skip through a couple of them. But I could pretty much guess what that imbecile, treasonous, treacherous traitor said. So I'll get there after this. And like I said, it's not going to take that long. I'm not going to give you a time on this, but it's not going to be 3 hours. No way. And Cam, I didn't mean to be, curt in Discord a few minutes ago. I apologize if I was curt. I'm just not going to be in Discord, and you were in there, and you'd throw my screen off if your only name was in there. It wouldn't be that bad, but I didn't mean to come off so abrupt. So I hope you'll forgive me. I'm still a peach, as far as you know. All right, let's get on with it. I think we waited long enough. Betty, you still out there, or is it bedtime? Left me all by me onesie. I got to pull up the screen to see if she reacts. I'm just stalling, folks. Just relax. We'll get there. No way, there she is. No way. All right. All right. Let me get my act together here, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure I don't screw this up. It's already screwed up, by the way. Ah, there you go. Let me make sure one more thing is squared. I think we're just about there. Okay, may I present the BallTARD Schmuck, Dorkimor. Let's see what he's got to say about this.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, numpty.
As we've established, flat earthers believe...
Whoa, flat earthers. That's a stereotype fallacy. Right off the bat. We're not even 3 seconds into it. And your whole foundation is a fallacy? Stereotype fallacy? Flat earthers believe? How do you know how do you know what a group of complete stereotype strangers believe? How do you know that? Do you have like special Evo mind powers or something there, Dorkimor? You're a clown. You're already screwed. It's going to go downhill from here.
Or at least claim to believe that we live inside a giant snow globe, the biblical firmament.
Huh? Biblical firmament snow globe? What the hell is he talking about?
Supposedly keeps the air from bubbling up into the waters
Air bubbling up through the waters above.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell is that? Book, chapter, and verse, please. Or else this is another fallacy. Baseless assertion. Yeah, this is nonsense. You're just conjuring this up, right? Straw man. Of course, we all know what's going to happen after the stereotype fallacy, right? Remember I told you. Baseless assertion or straw man or both, right? So it's all over for him. We ain't 16 seconds into this. We got 3 logical fallacies. What the hell is your problem, dude? Well, we all know what it is. BallTARDia.
The Bible actually describes the earth as...
Does it? Book, chapter, and verse in your next stream. Bet you it doesn't. Clown.
a snow globe surrounded by...
Oh, by the way, sorry, folks, for stop. I'll try not to do that. You know that's impossible. I'm going to be stopping this thing because he's an idiot. By the way, not all flurfs, what the hell are flurfs, believe that there is water outside the dome. How do you know? Look at him. He needs to be institutionalized.
By water. One way they try to debunk the...
One way they, sorry folks, another stereotype fallacy. So I'm not keeping track of these. I'll just identify them, that there's boatloads. We're not even 30 seconds in. This is bad, dude.
reality that the earth is actually a globe surrounded...
Reality, that's reality. The earth is actually, you think this is reality behind you. You see all this white stuff and this blue stuff in here, all this next to this black stuff? And that's impossible with all the black stuff. Did you know that, Dork? Wow, scary, dude.
surrounded by the vacuum of space is by pointing...
That's a second law of thermodynamics violation. You can't have a vacuum surrounding a non-contained system filled with gas pressure.
out that if that were the case, the atmosphere would drift away because...
Atmosphere is a paradox. It is a contradiction in terms. Atmo means air. Air is a gas. Sphere is a shape. Gases have no inherent shape. This is basic, fundamental understanding of gas behavior. You would actually fail intro to first grade gas behavior. Think I'm lying? Gases have no shape. This is from Christy Bodak, Southwestern University. Grade level. I will use this lesson with a first grade class. If an object is in a gaseous state of matter, your fairy tale atmosphere, it will not have definite shape or a definite volume. It's just simple. Dorkimor, you would fail first grade intro to gas behavior. I just demonstrated it. Yeah, I didn't just say it. This demonstrates it. Let's pile on. Chem Libre text. Like liquids, gases have no definite shape. Duh. But unlike solids and liquids, gases have no definite volume either. Where do gases get their volume from? A container. But I digress. From Britannica.com, Edward Mason, professor of chemistry and engineering, the remarkable feature of gases is that they appear to have no structure at all. They have neither a definite size nor shape. Clown. You fill with logical fallacies and your baseline premise is a train wreck. I mean, I'm embarrassed for you, dude. But that's why you're a dork.
There's no container keeping it in.
Can't have that. Can't have gas pressure without a container.
Gas pressure requires a container has become a flurf mantra.
Oh, scary. A flurf mantra. Really? Let's take a look. Gas pressure requiring a container is a flurf mantra, eh? Okay. Gas pressure. This is from the University of Elmhurst Chemistry Department. I guess they're flurfs. And this is their mantra. The pressure of a gas is a force that the gas exerts on the walls of its container. So what you're saying here is that they're flurfs. The University of Elmhurst. Somebody contact them and tell them they're flurfs. Guess who else are flurfs, according to this idiot? NASA. From nasa.gov, gas pressure. The molecules are in constant random motion and frequently collide with each other and with the walls of a container. Because the molecules are in motion, a gas will expand to fill a container. Second time, in 2 sentences. Since density is defined to be the mass divided by the volume, density depends directly on the size of the container in which a fixed mass of gas is confined. 3 sentences, 3 containers. And they're flurfs, according to this bum sniffer. Let's go back to Elmhurst. Kinetic molecular theory explanation of Boyle's gas law. Observation about pressure may be explained using the following ideas. The rapid motion and collisions of molecules with the walls of the container causes, this is very important, causes pressure. That is to say that without this, because it's a cause, you don't have this. Next block of instruction, how to sit down. Then point at a friggin' horse. What a bum sniffer. And we'll top it off with Chem Libre text, gas pressure. Pressure, again, pressure is caused by gas molecules hitting what? The walls of the container. Yeah, meaning if you don't have this, you don't have this. Yeah, and according to this booger-eating schmuck, all these people are flurfs. Chem Libre text, the chemistry department at Elmhurst, NASA, and the chemistry department at Elmhurst again. They're all flurfs, according to this idiot, folks. You're not starting out very well. Unbelievable. All right, let's leave it there. Anything else? Scary, dude.
Just like water always finds its level.
Yeah, is that a flurf mantra too?
So let's...
He says water always finds its level is also a flurf mantra. Oh, shit. Somebody hold his beer. Okay. From the physics hypertext book. Water seeks its own level. That's one of the realities of life, Dorkimor. And of course, you think the folks at the physics hypertext book, according to you, are all flurfs. Right? And this is one of their mantras. From Isaac Asimov. Understanding physics. Isaac Asimov, according to this douchebag, is a flurf. This effect is part of folk knowledge, as is witnessed by the common saying that water seeks its own level, Dorkimor. Of course, Isaac Asimov is a flurf. Too funny. From the engineering LibreText, since water pressure is independent of volume, the levels should be equal to each other. Also referred to as water seeks its own level. We have some more flurfs here at engineering LibreText. You clown. Might as well top it off with, the National Air and Space Museum. This is science in pre-K. Okay, Dorkimor? And he's calling the National Air and Space Museum flurfs. Water will always form a flat surface, Dorkimor. Check this out. Unless it is acted on by another force. You'd think that these idiots would say gravity, but they don't because they know gravity is not a force. What do they say? Such as wind. That was classic when I first seen it. I said, good play on you, National Air and Space Museum. How could they get by, right? Being in this paradigm, being a heliocentric BallTARD, and say force and not say gravity right behind it? I don't know how they didn't do it. Right? It's astonishing. But I digress. According to Dorkimor, all these right here, Isaac Asimov, the Physics Hypertext book, Engineering LibreText, and the National Air and Space Museum are all flurfs. And by the way, you'd fail Intro to Water Behavior pre-K. So we got a double whammy with you, Dorkimor. You not only fail first grade Intro to Gas Behavior, you're going to fail pre-K Intro to Water Behavior. I mean, I don't. You should put these trophies up on your mantle. What a douchebag. You're finished. You're finished already. We're not even a minute into this nightmare. And that's where we're at. I could write volumes up to this point. Let's let him go, though.
Talk about gas pressure. This is Flurf Pratt. Flat Earth points refuted 1,000 times.
You couldn't refute a soup sandwich in Narnia. That's clearly established.
If you like the video, thumb it up, subscribe, and hit the bell.
No one in their right mind would do that. I mean, you're a certifiable imbecile. Demonstrated. I just demonstrated it.
Before we begin, let me tell you about the sponsor of this video, Brilliant.org.
That's not... Brilliant.org! What in the great googly moogly we got going on here? Hey, Sunshine, it was just demonstrated not too long ago, if you've been keeping up on current events, that you would fail, demonstrably so, Intro to First Grade Gas Behavior and Intro to Pre-K Water Behavior. And now you're standing on the outside of here promoting like Brilliant.org, like you're some type of intellectual or something. I mean, you got to be. This is delusional Dunning-Kruger on a level that language cannot encapsulate, folks. The absolute mind-numbing audacity of this fucking moron. This is a belly laugh. This doesn't even piss me off. It's fucking hilarious. Are your subscribers fooled by this little charade? That's what I want to get some of your subscribers over here. I want to ask them if they're like tricked, Jedi mind tricked by this shit. You dumbass cracker. My word.
At Brilliant, you can take interactive online courses in math and science. I've been using it.
You need to start at Brilliant.org needs to start off in primary school for you. Fucking moron.
While now, and I barely scratched the surface.
You barely scratched the surface of what? Ooh, scary. Ooh, let me continue.
So what's available?
Oh, that's even worse. You're transparent.
There are literally thousands of lessons there, with more being added.
Yeah, of course he clicks on the non-science of probability and statistics. Of course he would click on that one. Why are you even in this? Go to primary, brilliant.org. Do you have a primary school section? The one with gas behavior and water behavior for pre-K and first graders? That's what he needs, not this.
Monthly, each with interactive exercises and subjects ranging from beginner level, like everyday mathematics and physics, suitable for those who regret not paying attention in high.
Yeah, like you. Yeah, you're speaking, you're projecting. That's you. In high school, you didn't pay attention in grade school or pre-K. Clown.
High school to advanced university level, like group theory, quantum mechanics.
Quantum mechanics, this fucking guy. Yeah, that's a good one, man. Yeah, good one. Yeah, I'm thoroughly convinced.
And AI development, suitable for people looking to advance their careers. Or if you're like me,
An imbecile. No, none of my audience is like you. Because you're certified delusional Dunning-Kruger imbecile. You're a schmuck.
just love learning stuff for you.
You love learning stuff. You need to go back to first grade and pre-K and start loving learning gas pressure and water behavior.
Want to brush up on stuff that's been gathering dust in some dark corner.
Gathering dust in a dark corner? No, it's not a dark corner. The whole thing's dark. It's a void. It's a void between your ears. You're a clown. Look at you.
Of your brain since you graduated university.
Graduated university? You didn't graduate. You couldn't graduate pre-K or first grade. Is he putting on an air like he's graduated university or something? Is that what he's saying? I think it is.
I'm really happy I found a place where I can dust it off and even learn some more, and the interactive exercises allow me to do that. And
a model. You see what he had up there a second ago? Models. Unbelievable.
And dead serious here. Have fun while doing it.
This looks like a lot of fun.
The exercises award XP when you get them right, and if you get enough XP in a week, you'll level up to a higher league.
You get a cookie? No cookies for you, numpty.
This is what keeps me coming back for more.
What keeps you coming back for more? You can't come back for more unless they have the section in primary school. You know, pre-K and first grade, the one we demonstrated earlier? Did you forget about that?
And it motivates me to actually do the exercises instead of just...
What, you think this is an exercise? You get a graph. What a clown.
And moving on. Active learning like this is much...
Oh, yeah, this is really active learning right here. Flipping around on a graph. Yeah, I'm really learning a lot.
Much more effective than passive learning, like just reading or watching video lectures. Take it from a professional educator.
Well, wait a second. He's saying that he's a professional educator. Where? At Captain Kangaroo U. I know. It's from Tuco Community College in Tobago, right? That's where you got your mail order degree from, you professional educator. You clown. You couldn't educate the bionic woman on hearing if you chained her to a back of a dump truck and drug her through a nitroglycerin plant. You're an imbecile. Up to this point. My word.
Use the link below. Brilliant.org/Mortimer81.
Brilliant.org. Moron.org. Dorkimor.net.
And get started on your free 30-day trial period.
He's making money off this. Can you believe that shit? Unbelievable.
Period today. The first 200 to sign up using the link will also
gets a free cookie. A dumbass cookie.
Get a 20% discount on their annual fee. Thank you. Now let's get back to the video.
Oh, we can't wait. Scary, dude.
When you blow up a balloon, you create a volume.
Look at this. He's scary, dudes. I'm telling you. Look at him. Look at him.
Of air at high pressure surrounded by a larger volume of air at low pressure. Poke a hole in the balloon and the pressure equalizes. The balloon pops.
Look at this guy, man. Institutionalized. You ever hear of Shady Meadows? You're scary, stupid dude. Seriously. I can stop it right here. I could have stopped it like 30 seconds in this video. I don't understand. I can't grasp the level of delusional Dunning-Kruger it takes to be a complete ass clown and come out there and make just a fool of yourself and act like you know everything. Well, maybe not everything, but you're a lecturer, you're an educator telling us what's what and shit. I can't understand that level, man. I can't do it. It's friggin' scary. What the hell is this? What the hell is this? Oh, I guess I better let him explain it. Let's see.
It certainly looks like the Flurfs are right.
Flurfs? Are you talking about NASA and Isaac Asimov?
Without a sealed container, pressure equalizes. Ergo, if you have a relatively small volume of air surrounded by a huge vacuum, the air should reasonably spread out to fill the vacuum.
Did he say evenly spread out to fill the vacuum? No, it should increase entropy and fill the available volume. Not evenly. If you said that, you're going to say that here in a little bit. Train wreck yourself again.
Creating a huge volume with infinitesimal pressure. So far, this seems perfectly reasonable.
Duh, it has nothing to do with reason at all. It's demonstrated fact. It's second law of thermodynamics, you dumpty dipshit. My word.
But let's see if we can find a problem.
Let's see. Let's have a whole bunch of imbeciles see if they can find a problem with the second law of thermodynamics. I can't wait for this. Go ahead, numpty dipshit.
Suppose instead of filling a balloon with air, we fill it with helium.
All right.
We all know what'll happen now, right?
What's going to happen?
Pop the balloon, the helium doesn't spread out evenly in the room.
Who cares? What does that have to do with anything? What are you getting to with this? If you would have said helium doesn't have a social security number, it would have had just as much relevance as what you said. Do you think this is some type of argument? You don't know what the second law of thermodynamics is and overall, and you don't know what entropy is. That's not describing entropy, you numpty dipshit. Yeah. Clown. Entropy, second law of thermodynamics. This is from the late Professor Frank Lambert. Entropy is simple, qualitatively. Just a little note on Professor Frank Lambert. Back when I was at actual university, right, in an actual science degree, we were hearing this gentleman's name come up all the time. And the subject was, he was, by himself, essentially, was changing the definition that was listed in all the chemistry textbooks in regards to entropy. He himself did it. That's the level that we're talking about here. Let's see if Professor Frank Lambert defines entropy as spread out evenly. Let's take it. It won't be in the first one because we're out of context. This is in classical thermodynamics. You know, Clausius, Lord Kelvin thermodynamics. It's the dispersal of energy from localized to spread out at a given temperature, right? That's not, we're into this one. In molecular thermodynamics, that's what we're talking about here. You numpty dipshit. See, these are molecules. So we're not talking about energy. You probably don't understand that either. In molecular thermodynamics, it is considering the change in a system or surroundings or their total, from which there are fewer accessible microstates to one for which there is an increased number of accessible microstates. I don't see anything about evenly spread out here. Dorkimor, you schmuck. So you don't have an argument. Like I said, it's an idiot red herring fallacy. It's not an argument. Simple as that.
Which we're assuming is...
You just X'd out social security cards. Who cares? You're an idiot.
...filled with air at normal pressure. The helium goes up because...
Goes up? Well, that just falsifies fairy tale gravity, where everything must go down? Because your fairy tale idiot gravity has only one vector. Down. Why does this go up? The poor dumb bastard doesn't realize that he's train wrecking himself. That's what's hilarious about this.
Even at the pressure inside the balloon, it's less dense than the surrounding air.
Who cares?
What do we call this, Flurfs?
What did we call it? Flurfs, are you asking NASA? Or Isaac Asimov? You need to ask him, because remember, those are your flurfs.
That thing that makes things with low density go up? That's right. Buoyancy.
Buoyancy? What the hell is that? Define it and then give a demonstration.
Good flurf. Remind me to give you a cookie later.
Your sister already gave me a cookie earlier. You clown. Dumbass.
And what did we experimentally confirm?
He thinks this is an experiment. These idiots on a stage that are pretending to be in a second law of thermodynamics violation, vacuum, dropping a hammer or some such shit. He thinks this is an experiment. You could tell that he spent a lot of time on brilliant.org.
In the video about gravity and density? Of course, this is where flurfs who watched it.
This is what I picture when I think of you. This is pure projection. I'm serious. When I think of him, it looks like that. He looks like that. Look, guys. Doesn't that look like him? This is a spitting image. Let's continue.
It will develop amnesia because, as usual, they don't want to.
Oh, now he's going back into his usual stereotype fallacy, and then he's going to take the stereotype, a whole group of complete strangers, and start divining their thoughts. Don't you think he missed his calling? His vocation? Carnival. Guessing people's weights or barking for the yak woman. Perhaps if he keeps his nose to the grindstone, he can graduate to being a pixie dust spreader on a tilt-a-whirl. Although I don't think you can do that without heavy supervision.
To understand, but those who actually care about reality will recall the wooden die in the
reality. What the hell is this? I thought we were talking about gas pressure. This isn't gas. This is liquid in a solid. What the hell are you doing? False equivalence fallacy much? Red herring fallacy? You know what a red herring is? It's irrelevant. A diversion. That's what this shit is. Nancy, you lost the plot, Holmes. Unbelievable. He hasn't stated one coherent point yet. We're nearly 5 minutes in to this slobber fest. Unbelievable.
Falling cup.
The hell?
There is no buoyancy if we cancel out gravity, because buoyancy
cancel out gravity? What the hell's gravity? Gravity doesn't exist. There's no scientific evidence for gravity. We already know. I'm just going to continue, but I thought we were talking about gas pressure here. I mean, what in the world's going on here, dude? Do we need to get the Adderall drip out? We need to push that shit central line, don't we, with you? You going to get back on topic sometime soon?
Result of gravity. Oh, wait. Gas is affected by gravity.
Then he makes this leap of logic. Gas is affected by gravity. It's not leap of logic. It's a leap of numpty dipshittery. So he thinks gravity that hasn't been scientifically validated ever affects gases. Let me ask you a question, Dorkimor. Maybe you can go on brilliant.org and ask them. Can you tell me this? If gases are affected by gravity, can you explain to everyone how it fucking rains on Earth? You know, the hydrologic cycle? Particularly, I want you to focus on this part. You know when the sun comes out and starts shining its light on water and it breaks those hydrogen bonds, right? And that liquid water all of a sudden turns into water vapor, which is a gas. This is the one part I want you to pay attention to. I want you to deal with this directly. Once it turns into a gas, it goes in a direction all of a sudden, like. And that direction is up! Up! When your fairy tale gravity is down! Down! Can you explain that to everyone, including your subscribers? You friggin' bum-sniffing booger eater. Right? You need to explain that on your next video. Clown. You're a dork. Look at him. He looks like a damn monkey. Dun, 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 dun. Monkey man. What a clown you are.
So what could be causing the atmosphere to...
Atmosphere, we already good. Nothing's causing the atmosphere because atmosphere is a contradiction in terms. Remember? You're just reiterating your first grade failures. Because atmo means air. Air is a gas. Sphere is a shape. Remember? Well, you can't remember because you didn't pass first grade. Gases have no inherent shape. And we already discovered what causes gas pressure. Yeah, the container. Remember that? Dipshit.
stick to the earth?
He thinks gas is... I'm sorry, folks. I'll let you hear him say it. Let's pull a J. Here we... Oh, we're back to the false equivalence fallacy.
Is affected by gravity. So what could be causing the atmosphere to stick to the earth?
Yeah, that's what he said. He thinks the atmosphere, his paradox, sticks. That's his verbiage. It sticks. Gases stick to the earth. He just took out back to the woodshed Boyle's law, Charles' law, Gay-Lussac's law, Avogadro's law, parts of Dalton's law. And like a bull in a china shop, never to be outdone, has just broken every friggin' plate with the second law of thermodynamics and Brownian motion in that one stupid statement. He doesn't he's just too stupid to even realize it. Gases stick. Oh boy. We're not even 5 minutes into this. I haven't heard a train wreck of this proportion in a long fucking time, man. How about you? That's rhetorical. I'm not looking back here.
Gas pressure requires a container is an oversimplification.
It's not an oversimplification. It's not a complication. It's not a tortoise shell. It's just what it is. And it was defined to you previously by your flurfs. You know, the chemistry department at Elmhurst, NASA, Chem Libretex. Yeah, it was defined. Remember the flurfs defined it for you? You want me to go back and show everyone again? I'm not going to do it again. We might get there later.
It applies to what's called an ideal gas.
Oh, shit, he's going to train wreck himself with ideal gases. Listen up, folks. Listen carefully, okay? This might be illuminating.
Which, as the name suggests, is an idealization.
So an ideal is an idealization. Oh my God. Honey! No, I'm not going to tell her. She's going to come in there, man. What a dumb fuck this guy.
Ideal gas is made up of particles that aren't affected by any forces other than those that arise when they collide with the walls of the container.
He thinks the walls of a container is a force. You want to hear him say it again? I'll tell you, I'll pull a J on you. There we go. Listen closely.
Is an idealization. An ideal gas is made up of particles that aren't affected by any forces other than those that arise when they collide with the walls of the container.
There you go. Any other forces other than when they hit the wall of a container. So, according to him, the walls of a container must be a force with idealized gases. Yeah. Clown.
Particles never collide with each other and aren't affected by...
Oh, whoa. What do you say? Let's go back 5 seconds. So this is with an ideal gas. Let's confirm what he just said. We'll pull 5 seconds back. Listen closely.
...collide with the walls of the container. Particles never collide with each other and aren't...
Particles never collide with each other in ideal gases. Everyone heard him say that, right? Let's see if that's true. Ideal gases. From the Khan Academy. Remember what he said now. The ideal gases, you don't have them hitting each other. Ideal gas molecules do not attract or repel each other. The only interaction between ideal gas molecules would be an elastic collision upon impact with each other. Ladies and gentlemen, this idiot doesn't know what ideal gases are. Demonstrably. Yeah. Be an elastic collision upon impact with each other or an elastic collision with the walls of the container. He's finished. From Hyperphysics, Georgia State University, an ideal gas is defined as one in which all collisions between atoms and molecules, he's finished, are perfectly elastic and in which there are no intermolecular attractive forces. He's done. Finished. We'll finish him up with varsity tutors. I guess these guys are flurfers too, right? Measurements of real gases deviate from ideal gas predictions because intermolecular forces and the volume of the particles themselves are not taken into consideration for ideal gases. This is incorrect. This is incorrect. Gases are defined to be gases. One of the main reasons why there are no intermolecular forces. That is van der Waals forces. Varsity tutors. This one got it wrong too. Yeah. The only way that you're getting any van der Waals forces with gases is if those gases are under extreme pressure. But that doesn't happen in the fairy tale atmosphere or in the atmo. There's no extreme pressures. So this is incorrect. Right now. They got the rest of it correct. The only difference between real gases and ideal gases is this. The volume of the space between particles is considered for ideal gases, right? And this. The volume of the particles themselves are not taken into consideration for ideal gases. You following that? So they consider the volume, the overall size of the container, but they don't consider the size or the amount of space that the actual ideal gases take up, which is Mach's nix anyway. It matters not. It's irrelevant. Yeah? So thank you for allowing me a good teaching point here. There, Dorkimor. So that we're clear, he doesn't know what ideal gases are. They just went against what he said. He's clueless. Yeah?
Affected by force fields like electric, magnetic, or gravitational fields.
Force fields? What the hell? Gravitational fields? What the hell is this guy talking about? Hold on a second, folks. I failed to grab something. But I'll make amends of that real quick. You ready? He said gravitational fields, right? Dorkimor, gravitational fields do not exist. Veritasium, can you square away this BallTARD Schmuck for us?
According to the general theory of relativity, gravity is not a force. There are no gravitational fields.
Did you hear that part?
Gravity is kind of an illusion.
There are no gravitational fields. There, Dorkimor. You just appealed to one. Huh? You're finished right there. He doesn't know what ideal gases are. He doesn't know what gravity is. He doesn't know anything. He's a dumbass.
Of course, such gases don't exist in reality.
Such gases don't exist in reality, but let me talk about them some more. Even though I don't know what they are and they don't exist in reality.
It's often a good enough approximation.
It's a good enough approximation. An approximation to what? It's non sequitur. I mean, at a second grade level, this is stupid dumbass. I don't understand. How do you... This guy has 40.5 thousand subscribers. I don't know. Stupid is as stupid does, I guess.
No, and that's where the misunderstanding comes from.
No, the misunderstanding comes from you being a dumbass and not knowing your ass from a pipe wrench. We've already demonstrated that you'd fail first grade, intro to gas behavior. Pre-K, intro to water behavior. You're well on your way to celebrating the entire logical fallacy catalog. You don't know what ideal gases are, and you don't know what entropy is. That's where we're at to this point. And now you're going to screw it up even. You might get something right here. Let's see.
For example, the ideal gas law, PV equals nKT, is often used to show how pressure, volume, and temperature relate in gas, but...
Yeah, and this is correct. You got one thing right. Yeah, but this is not yours. Right? You got this from somewhere else. This is correct. So this doesn't count as one for you, idiot.
Again, as the name suggests, it assumes an ideal gas.
What's an ideal gas? You don't know what that is.
So it's just an approximation.
It's an approximation to what? Non sequitur.
When applied to a real situation.
When a real situation? What's a real situation? You're already train wrecked, man. I already shown in spades the difference between real gases and ideal gases, and it's Mach's Nix. Essentially, in our genre here, no difference. None. Zero.
So can we safely approximate the Earth's atmosphere in its entirety as an ideal gas?
He wants to approximate the Earth's paradox as an ideal gas to which he knows nothing about. Can't make this shit up, folks.
Let's see.
Let's see. Let's see if we can do that. Let's see if we can measure this football bat. You bozo!
Let's consider the particles in a container filled with ideal gas.
Ideal gas. Why do you need a container? At least you're back on topic. Are you going to show gas pressure without a container at some point? I mean, that's what this would imply, gas pressure next to a vacuum, right? Are you going to deal with the topic now? Hopefully.
At non-zero temperature.
Oh, that's really important at non-zero temperature. Thanks for that.
Temperature is a measure of
like non-zero IQ.
Kinetic energy.
It's a 1 with you. Probably -1.
Energy per particle. So these particles are bouncing around inside the container, colliding with the walls.
Yeah, that's right. That's how you get gas pressure. Thank you. Welcome to Flat Earth.
They exert force on the wall by Newton's third law.
The force on the wall, right?
The wall exerts a force back.
The wall exerts a force. I'm going back. You thought I was bullshitting you before, didn't you? This retard thinks that walls are forces. We're pulling a J. Let's hear that again.
So these particles are bouncing around inside the container, colliding with the walls. As they exert force on the wall, by Newton's third law, the wall exerts a force back on the particle.
Told you. Yep. Yeah. He thinks container walls are forces. Who are you? Who do you think you are? M. Scott Beach? And by the way, numpty dipshit, Newton's laws were debunked over 108 years ago. All of them. Just to let you haven't been keeping up on your continuing education credits? From your alma mater wiki, Newton's classical mechanics were superseded. Go look what that word means. In the early 20th century, when Albert Einstein developed the general and special theory of relativity. From Science Alert, the mathematical equation of Einstein's general theory of relativity, tested time and time again, are currently the most accurate way to predict gravitational interactions. Replacing, guess what that word means? Those developed by Isaac Newton several centuries prior. From Douglas Klein, Phys Libre text. Newton's two crowning achievements, the laws of motion and the laws of gravitation, that's the whole game. That's the full Monty. Everything. Classical mechanics from Newton, all were toppled by the throne by Einstein. In 1687, when he said it in the Principia, right around 1920, it was all over for Newton. And he's telling you that. I digress. Newton's two crowning achievements, the laws of motion and the laws of gravitation, that had reigned supreme since published in the Principia in 1687, were toppled from the throne by Einstein. Pretty clear. What happens when you topple something from the throne? I don't know. Must be a mystery. From Nature.com, the most prestigious quote-unquote science journal in the entire freaking world. In 1916, Albert Einstein published his general theory of relativity in full mathematical detail. That opened the window on a radically new framework for physics, abolishing established notions of space and time, and here we go again, replacing Newton's formulations of the laws of gravity. Yeah. From Andrea Ghez, UCLA professor of physics and astronomy. Einstein's right, at least for now, said Ghez, a co-lead author of the research. We can absolutely rule out Newton's law of gravity. Yeah. The law F equal ma is false too. Remember up there they said it was laws of motion are gone too? Yeah, they're gone too. Listen up. From the Feynman lectures, caltech.edu. Even though the law F equal ma is false, we can do about that. Hey, you ignorant schmuck. Even though the law F equal ma is false and all the derivations of Newton were wrong for the conservation of momentum, in quantum mechanics, nevertheless, in the end, that particular law maintains itself. Well, which law is he talking about that's maintaining itself? Well, the law of conservation of momentum. Which one is he not talking about? This one, the one that's false? Clown fuck. Back to Richard Feynman, discovery of quantum mechanics first, and then in the behavior of light, and then in the behavior of matter, finally culminating in 1926 with a full equation of quantum mechanics, which told us that the laws of motion of Newton were not friggin' right. Let me say that again. The full equation of quantum mechanics told us that the laws of motion of Newton were not right. So you just double-barreled yourself right in between the ears. That's it. You're finished. You still haven't said anything right yet. Let's pull a J just in case we missed anything.
Particles are bouncing around inside the container, colliding with the walls.
Why do you need a container? Duh.
As they exert force on the wall, by Newton's third law, the wall exerts a force back on the particle.
Yep, container walls are forces, folks. Shout out to M. Scott Veach, the booger-eating schmuck. You two have a lot in common, because I named him the booger-eating schmuck. You're the bum-sniffer schmuck.
This is what keeps them inside.
Oh, really? The container is what keeps them inside? Yeah, that's our whole argument. Thanks. Welcome to Flat Earth. Snacks are in the back, bathrooms on the left, DJ spinning requests. Smoke them if you got them.
This is what gives rise to the pressure.
Yeah, duh. Thank you. This poor dumb bastard doesn't even realize he's proving our argument.
Because we can't keep track of all the particles in the...
What are we going to do? Because we can't keep track of all the particles, what does that have to do with anything? Are you going to go off on some incoherent red herring tangent now? That not dealing with the topic or something? Is that what you're going to do?
Container, we can safely treat the position and velocity of any single particle within the container as being random.
Yep, that's what we're going to do, folks. So what? Where's their social security numbers at? It's about as much relevancy as what you're talking about now.
Now, think about this.
We're thinking about it hard.
What is the probability of any two particles?
What is the probability of any two particles? Hey, douchebag. Show gas pressure without a container and get back on topic. You lost the plot. It's not surprising you haven't got your Adderall drip out. So this is just mindless, incoherent drivel.
Particles occupying the exact same location.
Who gives a shit?
Remember that...
Look at this nonsense. What does this have to do with his argument? Nothing. He's going to Jedi mind trick his subscribers with these little squares on some graph paper.
Ideal gas particles can't collide with each other.
Oh, I said it again. Ideal gas particles can't collide with each other. Let's pile on. I don't think I heard exactly what he said. Let's go back and let's listen to that one more time.
Same location. Remember that ideal gas particles can't collide with each other.
There you go. Ideal gas particles can't collide with each other. Everyone heard that, right? Ideal gases again. Remember, he said they can't collide with each other, whereas at Khan Academy, ideal gas molecules do not attract or repel each other. The only interaction between gas molecules would be an elastic collision upon impact with each other, directly contradicting this numpty dipshit again for everyone to see. That's it. He doesn't know what ideal gases are. Confirmed by hyperphysics at Georgia State. Ideal gases, collisions between atoms and molecules. Yeah, between themselves. Yeah, he's finished. Done. Thanks.
So this should be possible. If there are a million places a particle could be, and
this is just incoherent red herring fallacy. I don't know what's next. Is he going to tell us their favorite colors? About their, I want to know the probabilities of their favorite colors.
Macroscopic container, there are a lot more than that, but
oh, macroscopic, that sounds sciencey. I'll guarantee you he doesn't know what fucking macroscopic means. Guarantee it.
Let's keep it simple here.
Yeah, let's keep it simple. No, we need to keep it simple for you. I don't think you've been keeping up on current events. Remember the first grade in pre-K back in the beginning that you fucked up? Yeah, we got to keep it simple for you. Not you keeping it simple for everyone else because you are simple.
And the probability is 1 in a million. So what's...
He's going off this red herring fallacy, idiot chuck wagon that doesn't have anything to do with the topic. He's lost his plot, like I said. Do I even want to entertain this? I guess I got to. We ain't got that much longer, folks. I'll try to keep quiet.
What's the probability of all the particles in...
You're a dumbass cracker! Who cares? No, I was only kidding, man. I'll let it go.
The gas occupying the exact same location? Well, that would be 1 in a million to the power of the number of particles minus 1.
Can you show gas pressure without a container? Hey, that's the actual subject. Sorry about it.
Absolutely negligible. As in...
Oh, we got negligible again. We're not talking about your IQ. Absolutely negligible. We want to see gas pressure without a container. You know, the point of your discussion here today? Not little red dots in some bullshit graph paper you conjured up about fucking probabilities.
Won't happen in the lifetime of the universe if we try once every nanosecond.
Who gives a shit?
By this reasoning, what is the most probable
Who cares? Has nothing to do with you showing gas pressure without a container.
Distribution of particles? That's right, an even distribution.
Here we go. Sorry about that, folks. Let's go back. He's back on his even distribution again. We're going to circle back around to his lack of understanding of what entropy is. Let me hit this 5 seconds back. Here, listen closely.
That's right, an even distribution.
Wrong. That has nothing to do with entropy, sir. Well, you're not a fucking sir anyway. I'm not giving you any damn respect. You're a fucking idiot. So back to the second law of thermodynamics. We're going to get to that here in a second. Let's go down here to entropy. Entropy. Remember this? So we're gonna skip over classical thermodynamics. We're not talking about classical. We're talking about molecular thermodynamics. You know the ones, these are molecules and shit. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Can you show me where it says spread out evenly in this definition of molecular thermodynamics? Here we go. From Professor Frank Lambert, a legend with the second law of thermodynamics. In molecular thermodynamics, it is considering the change in a system or surroundings or their total from which there are fewer accessible microstates to one for which there is an increased number of accessible microstates. Nearly spread out evenly anywhere because you don't know what entropy is. Because you're some dipshit. Thank you for confirming it again. I like circling back around to hammer yourself in the face with a spade shovel again. Thank you.
So the most likely configuration is one where the pressure is the same in the entire container.
False equivalence fallacy right off the bat right here. You're talking about a closed static system like a can of compressed air. We don't live in a static system. We live in a dynamic system. Key word being dynamic. It's a closed dynamic system. Dynamic systems have cycles. Okay, numpty dipshit. One of the cycles is the nitrogen cycle. You see this N2 right here? This is fucking nitrogen. Another one of the cycles is the oxygen cycle / CO2 cycle. Yeah, right there in your little depiction. Another one is the hydrologic cycle. Yeah, there's a lot of different cycles. So, false equivalence fallacy, idiot.
This is why pressure evens out. Even distributions are more probable.
There we go. He's back to the even distribution again. And he's talking about energy when these are molecules. He doesn't know whether to shit himself or wind his watch. He's fucked everything up. I mean, at a fundamental, this is fundamental stuff, folks. He can't even get that shit right.
Probable. We say that they have higher entropy.
Yep, he's talking about higher entropy. You're already exposed. You're finished. I already did it twice. I'm not doing it again.
In fact, we explain why...
And for the coup de grace, the chart topper. Guess what, folks? This isn't the fucking second law of thermodynamics. So I don't know where you got this from. Probably from your mail-order degree, Tuco Community College in Tobago. This is not the second law of thermodynamics. Let's take a listen to what this says down here. The entropy S of an isolated system never decreases over time. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, isolated systems don't exist in nature. So how can the second law apply? Are you saying the second law of thermodynamics applies to something that doesn't exist? Implicitly, that's what you're saying. That's how dumb fuck you are. You don't know what you're saying. Let's go and see what exactly the second law of thermodynamics is. You caught a glimpse of it just a second ago, didn't you? This is the second law of thermodynamics. This is the equation for the second law of thermodynamics. Not what he had. In fact, this is even incorrect. I'm going to correct it. They're going to correct themselves below, but I'm going to emphasize it to you. So this is from Chem Libertext. If we put the two equations for the change in entropy of the universe together for both types of processes, we are left with the second law of thermodynamics. Sure doesn't look like your equation, does it? Nope. So you're exposed. So the change in entropy of the universe equals the change in entropy of the system equals the change of entropy of the surroundings is greater than 0. Now, they have greater than or equal to. This is incorrect. Now, they didn't correct it on their site. They corrected it in text right beneath it. Listen up. Where the change in entropy of the universe equals 0 for a truly reversible process and is greater than 0 for an irreversible process. That's the key one right there. Listen closely. In reality, however, truly reversible processes never happen. That means you take this out. You see that equal sign underneath the greater than sign? That goes fucking bye-bye. That is the correct equation for the second law of thermodynamics. They even admitted it. So, I digress. In reality, however, truly reversible processes never happen, or will take an infinitely long time to happen. No, they won't. Infinity doesn't exist in mathematics or reality. Even if you did have an infinite long time, it would not change entropy to decreasing in nature. You dumbasses. I digress. So it is safe to, I'm pretty safe in saying all thermodynamic processes we encounter every day are fucking reversible in the direction they occur. You bet your ass they are. That's right, sunshine. We'll have Dr. Einstein tell you what the deal is. From Lincoln Barnett. The universe is thus progressing toward it. Uh-oh. Yeah, I got it. Thanks. I tried to get away with it, folks. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to do that all over again. Thanks a lot, Righteous. Appreciate it. I was trying not to screw up the whole time. Right? Let me go back. Give me one moment, folks. I hate when that happens. There you go. Okay. Now you're with me? As you were. Like I said, this is the correct formula for the second law of thermodynamics. Not this. Yeah? That is definitely not that. Yeah? So, this is the second law of thermodynamics from Chem Libertex, and I'm going to tell you right now, like I said during the presentation, this is incorrect. This equation is incorrect. This part is incorrect. And they're going to tell you just beneath. We'll go through it quick because I already said it. You already heard me. If we put the two equations for the change in entropy of the universe together for both types of processes, we are left with the second law of thermodynamics. The change in entropy of the universe equals the change in entropy of the system plus the change in entropy of the surroundings. They have it as greater than or equal to 0. Now, this is incorrect, and they're going to change it right down here in text, although, like I said, they left it up here in formula form for some reason. I have no fucking idea. They say where change in entropy of the universe equals 0 for a truly reversible process and is greater than 0 for an irreversible process. Like I said, only irreversible processes exist in nature. Now, not what man does. Man can screw around and attempt to reverse them, but not in nature. Nature doesn't do it. That's the whole point. The second law of thermodynamics is a natural law. Get it? Probably not. In reality, this is where they give up the ghost. In reality, however, truly reversible processes never fucking happen. Yeah, we know that. Or will take an infinitely long time to happen. No, it's going to get worse the longer time goes on. And infinity doesn't exist in reality or mathematics. So, it is safe to say, yeah, it's pretty safe to say, that all thermodynamic processes we encounter every day are irreversible in the direction they occur. So, we're going to change this to that. Now it is correct. Ladies and gentlemen, the equation for the second law of thermodynamics. Let's confirm it with friggin' Einstein. From Lincoln Barnett. Listen closely. The universe is progressing toward an ultimate heat death, or as it is technically defined, a condition of maximum entropy. And there is no way of avoiding this destiny. For the fateful principle known as the second law of thermodynamics, which stands today as virtually the only pillar of classical physics. It's not classical physics, by the way. This is Newton never got involved with the second law of thermodynamics. But I digress. The second law of thermodynamics, which stands today as virtually the only pillar of classical physics left intact by the march of science, proclaims that the fundamental processes of nature are irreversible. Nature moves only one way, baby. That's right. Only one way. Meaning my correction to this equation or formula is correct. That's it, baby. Oh, and by the way, remember I said, let's go back. See this thing down here? It says the entropy of an isolated system never decreases over time. Yeah, it never does anything but because they don't exist in nature. Yeah. From Hyperphysics, Georgia State University. An isolated system implies a collection of matter which does not interact with the rest of the universe at all. And as far as we know, there are really no such systems. Turn out the lights. Party's over. They say that all good things must end. It's the end of you, Dorkimor, you bum-sniffing idiot. You haven't got anything right. You fucked everything up.
The air escapes from the popped balloon with the second law of thermodynamics.
You don't know what the second law of thermodynamics is. I already showed that in spades to everyone.
Entropy of an isolated...
A friggin' incoherent second graders belly laugh in the corner over your shit every time you state the second law of thermodynamics. Because he's absolutely certain from the things that I just showed, from the substance, from the cowbell, that you have no idea what you speak of. Clown. Pretender clown.
The system never decreases. That is, a system that has been prepared in
A system that has been prepared in advance has nothing to do with the second law of thermodynamics, because preparation means there is intelligent design being involved here. When the second law of thermodynamics deals with nature, the antithesis of human intervention. I don't think you can make a peanut butter fucking sandwich on your own at this point. Prove it. I want to see you make a peanut butter sandwich, peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm going to throw an extra variable in there for you on your next live stream. I don't think you could fucking do it without a fleet of slobber nurses.
a state that is unlikely to occur spontaneously,
Shut up.
given the possibility to do so, will transition to a more probable state.
Now he's in the probable states of the ideal gases he's unaware of the entropy he's clueless of the second law of thermodynamics he doesn't understand. Fucking
A
clown.
state of more even energy distribution.
There we go. Now he's into even energy distribution. He's raising the stakes. He's a clown. I already exposed him. This isn't energy, by the way. These are molecules. It's molecular thermodynamics. Remember the difference I showed before? He's got everything fucking wrong, folks. Every single thing that he said is invalid, is incorrect. It's false. Everything.
A state.
You'd think, just being, a sun shines on a dog's ass every now and again, you'd think that he'd just backwards into something, train wreck reverse into something that's right. You'd think it would just happen out of probability. If you want to talk about probability, what's that probability? You'd figure he'd just fall into something, face first in the drained cement pond. But nope, he's gotten everything fucking wrong.
State of higher entropy. This is also why
higher entry. He's discussing entry. He doesn't know what it is. I already established that.
hot cup of coffee cools
This destroys
down.
your whole worldview right here, this hot cup of coffee, on many levels. Just this.
In a room
Bet you don't know why. I ain't gonna fucking tell you.
at normal room temperature. Okay, so by the second law of thermodynamics,
You don't know what the second law of thermodynamics is. We already demonstrated that. It's like listening to Elmer Fudd give the keynote address at a metabolic pathway convention. That's the level that we're at here. Delusional Dunning-Kruger with Mr. Magoo over in the corner. Fucking bent over. He needs resuscitated from tear-jerking belly laughter syndrome. Mr. Magoo and Baby Huey.
if the Earth's atmosphere is an ideal gas,
If the Earth's atmosphere, if the Earth's paradox is an ideal gas with which he doesn't know what it is, we already established this, then what?
sealed in by the biblical firmament, it will
Oh, he's back to the, now we're circle jerk. This guy likes to circle jerk back the horse shit that he's made up. We're still waiting on book, chapter, and verse. This ain't it. Tell you that much.
have the same pressure everywhere.
No, false equivalence. He just circled back. He's saying that there'll be the same pressure everywhere. Well, that's a false equivalence fallacy, a false comparison fallacy. It's non sequitur, because he's talking about a closed, we already been over this. I'll go fast. He's talking about a closed static system, like a can of compressed air, versus what the Earth is, a closed dynamic system. So it's just a simple fuckwit false equivalence fallacy. He's got nothing.
Sure, we all know
Except the hammer in the face that he did to himself.
of how the weatherman talks about high and low air pressure, but
High and low air pressure. Where'd you get high and low pressure from? Without a container. Now we're back on top again. See, gas pressure next to a vacuum. Can you see the title of the video down here? Gas pressure next to a vacuum. Now, you'd be thinking that you would show gas pressure without a container to prove your horse shit. That's what you think. Are you going to get to that at some point? Perhaps.
that's just temporary local variations. That's no problem. It's noise, basically.
Noise. We've been listening to noise for the last, how long I've been on? It's only been an hour and 30 minutes. The whole fucking time has been noise from your dumbass. Like I said, everything you've said, you've gotten wrong. The only thing that was right was when you posted up the ideal gas law, but that's not yours. You just fell into that one backwards. But everything else, and I mean everything that's come out of your incoherent blowhole, has been a belly laugher.
particles moving at random won't always be perfectly evenly distributed.
Here we go with perfectly evenly distributed. I already destroyed your dumb ass. You don't know what entropy is. I already did that before, so you're screwed, Mr. Circle Jerker.
But aren't there regions where the air pressure is always low?
Where would you get air pressure from without a container? Are you going to get to that?
Why, that's right, at high altitude.
Oh, wow, this is amazing. You must be a rocket surgeon. Let me give you a little bit of education why the air is a little bit thinner up here, okay, dumb fuck? You see down here and in the oceans, at or right beneath the surface, that's where all the gas is created. So you'd think right near the surface is where you'd find the most gas pressure, because that's where most of it is. See, and then what happens? It goes every which way, including up, and eventually it gets up here where all the snow and the mountains are. You see there's no vegetation or fucking lakes up here and shit, right? Gas isn't being produced here. It's being produced way down low. So after a little while, all that gas from down low eventually comes up into the larger volume, right? That's why you got lower pressure. Yeah, do you follow that, Dorkimor? You schmuck. I mean, this is we're below kindergarten level here. I don't know. It's actually he already compromised himself with below kindergarten level stuff. But you got to give me a break. You're starting to get on my fucking nerves. On the last one, with your stupidity. Your subscribers are some dumbass crackers, boy.
Air pressure depends on altitude. The air pressure decreases by about 13% when the altitude increases.
I'm shocked he didn't go with like 13.467 BR 5492997 TMI. I'm surprised he didn't do that shit. Dumb fuck.
1 kilometer. That's why your ears pop when you fly.
He's telling you why your ears pop when you fly. Hey, what? Is this a container? What the hell's going on with this up here? Bozo.
I've never heard of a Flurf who denies this.
Flurf, are you talking about NASA and Chemistry Department at Elmhurst? Or Isaac Asimov? That's his Flurfs. You talking to them, Crayon Muncher.
Is that they say pressure requires a container.
They say, that's right, they do say that. That's the Flurfs. Isaac Asimov, NASA, Chemistry Departments, Chem Libre text, kinetic molecular theory on gas law. Yeah, all of them, they're all Flurfs to you. That's what they say. They know what the fuck they're talking about.
And
oh, we're back again. We're going to circle jerk back again. I'm still waiting on book, chapter, and verse describing this just like this. I want to see it. Or this is a baseless assertion file. You know he isn't going to do it. He's never picked up any scripture. Like asking Evo Tards or us for their biblical acumen. Sorry, I had to step out for a second. I'm back. I know you miss me.
Higher near the ground, even though there is no container separating the gas down here.
This fucking guy thinks we need containers separating gas pressure down here on the ground. That's how stupid he is.
Here from the gas at higher altitude. As expected, they can't.
Flurfs! You talking about Isaac Asimov and NASA? And people had to find people at the chemistry department in Elmhurst University and Chem Libre text. That's what you're saying, those ones.
Describe what we observe with an internally consistent model.
Yeah, this has been internally consistent the whole way through.
While we can safely approximate gas in a small container or even in a room as an ideal gas.
As an ideal gas, what he doesn't know of, right? We already established he doesn't know what an ideal gas is.
There's no way we can approximate the entire atmosphere as
the atmosphere is a paradox. Already been demonstrated to you.
One, and expect to get things right.
You haven't got that. Expect to get the unbelievable, man. You're projecting. You haven't got shit right.
For those of us who care about reality, that
yeah, that's definitely not you, motherfucker.
That isn't a problem.
Who the fuck is this? That ain't you. Tell you that much.
gas particles in a gravitational
Looks like Jason Kelsey.
field will bounce around due to thermal motion, just like in an ideal gas.
Will
but
bounce
there
around
will
due
be
to
a
thermal
slight
motion. Wait a second. These are P's. These aren't gases. What do you think? Number one, they're not gases. Number two, you think that P's are ideal gases? You idiot crayon muncher. Hey, guys. Now do you get the connection now? Shout out to Betty. Ball breaker. He thinks these ideal gases are P's, man.
acceleration in the direction of the field, resulting in a greater probability of finding particles further down in the
Who gives a shit? You friggin' pea numpty dipshit. You're finished.
field. This is
What field? What field the hell? What in the hell are you talking about? It can't be a gravitational field. You know why? They don't exist. Veritasium, my good sir.
According to the general theory of relativity, gravity is not a force. There are no gravitational fields. Gravity is kind of an illusion.
So did you hear that? Take the boogers out of your ears. No gravitational fields, dipshit. There's definitely no gravitational fields around these peas.
perfectly consistent with what we observe. A source
Yes,
of gravity.
this is perfectly consistent is what we observe. This is the second law of thermodynamics violation, and these are gases.
In space tends to collect and retain
That's what he said. Hold on, let me go back 5 seconds.
with what we observe. A source of gravity in space tends to collect and retain gas.
Gravity in a fairy tale second law of thermodynamics violation retains gas. Is it stomach upset? Maybe try some Beano.
Planets in particular have atmospheres.
Planets? What the hell is that? Prove that shit. Have what? Atmospheres again?
Which are more
Holy
dense
shit. Let's go back. Sorry about that, guys.
in gas. Planets in particular have atmospheres, which are more dense near
Atmospheres.
the surface.
No, sunshine. We already said, remember, atmosphere is a contradiction in terms. It's a paradox. Atmo means air. Air is a gas. Sphere is a shape. Gases have no inherent shape. Remember Christy Bodak from Southwestern University with her instruction to a first grade class that you'd fail? Retard. Bum sniffer. You're through. Good luck recovering from this.
And decrease in density exponentially with altitude until it becomes negligible.
Sure. That's a violation of second law of thermodynamics, which you are quite unaware of. Scary, dude. Scary.
You don't need a container to have gas pressure.
Really? Let's go back. We'll go back to the flurfs. He says you don't need a container for gas pressure. From the chemistry department at Elmhurst University, the pressure of a gas is the force that the gas exerts on the walls of its container. See, these flurfs right here say that you need a container. From NASA, gas pressure. The molecules are in constant random motion and frequently collide with each other and the walls of the container that you say they don't need. Because the molecules are in motion, a gas will expand to fill that thing that you said it doesn't need, container. Since density is defined to be the mass divided by the volume, density depends directly on the size of that thing you said they don't need, a container in which a fixed mass of gas is confined. From kinetic molecular theory, explanation of Boyle's gas law. Observations about pressure may be explained using the following ideas. The rapid motion and collisions of molecules with the walls of the container, that thing you say we don't need, causes. It is the actual cause of gas pressure, but your dumbass says we don't need it. Says it twice. The wall's down here. From Chem Libre text, gas pressure. Pressure is caused. Caused. That means it doesn't exist without the next thing it's going to tell you. By gas molecules hitting that thing you say we don't need for gas pressure, which is moronic on it's a megalithic moronic contradiction. Yeah, they say it twice too. But these are flurfs, right? You're finished. You dizzy, delusional Dunning-Kruger dipshit.
You need a force.
He needs a force. You don't got a force. Even if you did have a force, which you don't have, it ain't going to affect the entropy of gases one iota. Nothing. I can give you all the force. I can give you all the gravity you want. I can give you all the bullshit Newtonian horseshit gravity, right? Times a billion. I can give all the space-time, bendy space-time. I can give any force that you want, and it won't affect the entropy of gases one iota. And you don't have a force of gravity anyway, dumb fuck. Remember, hey, Veritasium, tell this dumbass again.
According to the general theory of relativity, gravity is not a force.
Did you hear that, you booger-eating schmuck? Let's play it again. You might not have heard that.
According to the general theory of relativity, gravity is not a force.
Duh.
Acting on the gas. Now that force could come from a container, but it...
He thinks container walls are forces, folks. Remember that charade before? Boy, you do my work for me, don't you? You're scary, stupid dude.
It could also come from something else.
Like what?
In particular, the force keeping the atmosphere stuck to the
Oh, we're back with forces. Now we're back to gas molecules being stuck. Violating Boyle's law, Charles' law, Gay-Lussac's law, parts of Dalton's law, Avogadro's law, and like a bull in a china shop, leaving no dish uncracked, has taken the second law of thermodynamics and Brownian motion out back to the woodshed and bludgeoned into a lifeless, bloody pulp. That's what you've done here, you dumb fuck. And there is no force of fucking gravity. Veritasium already told you a couple times.
Earth is gravity!
Hey, gravity, huh? Veritasium, square these numpty dipshits up one more time.
According to the general theory of relativity,
Gravity!
gravity is not a force. There are no...
You're finished. It's all over. Who's this dumbass?
See ya.
See ya, dumbass! You glue sniffing fungus muncher, you. You fucked everything up. This is one of the first times I've seen people fuck everything up. I mean, not get one thing correct. I don't know. Maybe this is just me. Maybe you guys seen it. I don't know, but he's got everything fucking wrong, and I demonstrated every single last thing he said. Fuck. My word. Scary. Folks, that'll be about it. Let me check back with you guys. Oh, we got some more super chat. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Let me get caught up here. We already did. You gotta love the booger eaters. James Richard again. Where would Flat Earth be without the historic QE? Thanks, James. Seriously, I believe it's rather overlooked. In turn, underrated. Don't tell anybody, James. You're the only one that got that. From Russ Bonanno. It's like you knew we'd need a QE treatment after what we had to watch Nathan go through today. Yeah, thank you. You're welcome. Yeah, I haven't seen it yet or listened to it yet, but I heard it's pretty bad. And I'm going to get to it. You know what? I already know, like I said in the beginning, I already know where this is going to go. So, I'll probably just flip through. I'm sure I'm going to get an earful tomorrow, right? Jump on Nathan's show. Neil's going to be in there. It's going to get out of control. So I ain't going to, in fact, I don't even have to listen to it. I could just wait till tomorrow morning. I can go do something, constructive tonight, like clean my bathroom. Hey, thanks for all the super chat, guys. I appreciate it. I should say my wife is going to appreciate it. I'll tell you that much. She checks up on me every time. Okay, how'd you do? I'm like, usually, but tonight I won't. I'll say, yeah, and she'll be happy. See, when she's happy, then I'll be happy. You guys understand that if you're married. It doesn't take a rocket surgeon to figure that one out. Oh, QE just review how Jaren cried for 10 minutes? I haven't seen it. I can't deal with it into the break. I haven't seen it yet. Even if I did, I wouldn't do it. Or listen to the beginning of the presentation. I mean, in fact, I already did a treatment on Jaren. That treasonous, treacherous traitor. What more do you want me to do? It's now up to you, flat earthers. That's what I said. It's what are you going to do? Not up to me. I'm only one man. What are you going to do? And I'll tell you what, you better hurry up. And I told you earlier, time's running out. And you don't know when that time runs out. Only I do. Just saying. All right. That pretty much ends the presentation. Like I said, I told you it wouldn't be 3.5 hours. And I only made one mistake. And shout out to Righteous for saving me. Only made one mistake. I can live with that. You only missed just a piece of it. Kim Hopkins, you're big on the alliteration, huh? The alliteration? Whatever do you mean? Oh, boy. So it's 7:45. Let me get back. I'm going to take up my leave of you, folks. It was a great show. I hope you got something out of it. In fact, I know it. You got at least one thing out of it that you didn't know. And I said that there was going to be one thing when I left the after, never after show. I said, now listen, it's the usual thing, but you're going to learn one thing. Right? I'm going to see if they get it right tomorrow. It's pretty much well done, but we'll have to check it out just to make sure they do get it. Why is that doing that to me? Oh, I know why. I hit the wrong button. That's probably why. Let's see which way I'm going to go here.
Naturally occurring phenomena?
No. Not that. Damn. If I want to do that one. Yeah, maybe I want to do that one. Hold on a second, folks. Leave with that one. Aha, I caught you. Okay. There won't be a BallBusters this Saturday. I got another archery tournament. In fact, I got another one the next Saturday. I don't know if there's going to be, this was a bonus for you because I wasn't doing a BallBusters that I figured, I'd give another show during the week. So this is that. We'll see next week. I don't have anything lined up. At least I don't think I do. Let me see what I can come up with. And we'll go from there. So listen, like I said, I hope you got a lot out of this. I hope you learned at least one thing. And we'll catch you on the flip side. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate all the super chats. QE out.
Naturally occurring phenomena is electrostatics.
So the naturally occurring phenomena, i.e. the dependent variable, is electrostatics. Yeah? Everyone got that? 35 seconds later.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take an object and we're going to manipulate that independent variable of electrostatics. That independent variable of electrostatics. Naturally occurring phenomena is electrostatics. That independent variable of electrostatics.
What's a wave then?
Okay, a wave is just a type of movement. So a wave is a verb. It's not what something is.
So wind is also a verb?
So this is the mind-numbing level we're at, folks. We're down here at second grade retardville with an ass clown who doesn't know what nouns and verbs are. From Merriam-Webster. Wave. Noun. A disturbance or variation that transfers energy progressively from point to point in a medium that may take the form of an elastic deformation or of a variation of pressure, electric or magnetic intensity, electric potential, or temperature. You're a
dumbass!
Actually, you can't have light without electricity.
What the hell did you just say?
Actually, you can't have light without electricity. Actually, you can't have light without electricity.
Really? You ever hear of glow sticks? How about fire?
You dumbass.
Yeah, there is no speed of light.
Hence why we have things go 3 times the speed of light.
Yeah, there is no speed of light.
Hence why we have things go 3 times the speed of light.
Yeah, there is no speed of light.
You're an intellectual dumbass.
Yeah. Or they will say things like, dark matter 100% exists. We know for a fact that dark matter has to exist, but we don't know what it is. So, how could you know it exists? So I don't agree with people making claims about ether and exactly what it is, and even the name. So, how could you know it exists?
You hear that, Mr. Anderson? That is the sound of inevitability.